Welcome back, everyone. We are back. The Geek and the Nerd. It's been a little delay. We had a bunch of behind the scenes stuff going on, so we're gonna get back to this recording thing. And of course, you can check us out on the Facebook along with the YouTube videos. We have a lot of comments, little clips, other good
Tons
stuff
of new
going on
fans.
there.
Tons of new fans.
Yes, tons of new fans. Loving it. And of course, our shout out goes to our Australian brothers and sisters
Good
out
night.
there.
Do you know what? You know what's crazy? So, by the way, as always, we are your hosts, Chuck Keywatts.
I'm D.
And yeah, man, like you said, welcome back, man. It's been a while, but we're doing it. But man, the Australian love has somehow grown. For those that don't know, I had an incident where I lost my phone, and for a solid month, I couldn't post to our GeiGo page. And we were still averaging 15,000 fans a day on dead days. And many of those are Australian fans. So we absolutely love you guys. But yeah, to all of our old fans, welcome back. To our new fans, welcome into it, man. This is where Get Your Geek On gets back on track. So, Danny, man, we have missed a lot in the geek world. But so, for those of you who don't know, this is kind of a free flowing show. We're not very PC. We're always trying to be funny. So don't cancel us, please. But yeah, Danny, man, what is in the geek world that's, grinding your gears right now?
Let's see. The MCU is
Oh.
bad. It's bad. I enjoy teasing DC for their many epic failures, both comics and movies. And the MCU decides, hey, let's get in on that. Let's jump in on that train.
Dude, the Marvels was so fucking bad. Can we talk about, first of all, it ended its box office run yesterday, 280 million worldwide. Keep in mind, this movie had a production budget of 250 million, plus another 150 million in advertising. So this movie's taken about a $70 million loss for Marvel, lowest grossing Marvel movie ever.
But they knew that. Everyone knew that. There's none of this is, you took a character, Captain Marvel couldn't hold her own title, and she's never been able to. They tried it multiple times, never worked. So they knew that wasn't going to work. Brie Larson as a person, people don't like. So you have that going against you. Kamala Khan, the girl they have playing her, fantastic. She's awesome.
She's amazing, and she's a diehard fan. Like, there's videos of her doing like trivia with Marvel and everything. And then remember, I called you the other day when I was listening to her interview about a Kang variant being Molecule Man and another one being Beyond it. Like, this girl knows her shit. She's actually co-writing the Miss Marvel comics right now, which goes to no other Marvel actor has ever done that.
No, because she's like a legit fan. She just has a character that has been force fed down people's throats. And that's kind of like how you put her in the Avengers game as the lead is beyond me.
Now, Danny, you got to lead the story here because we have a different side to the Avengers game that people don't know about because of New York Comic Con. So do you want to tell this story?
Oh, no, you can tell that one.
So we got to demo the Avengers game. And if you remember, Danny, you had to register on an app to like book a time.
Mm-hmm.
So like we went to play this Avengers game, and you're playing as Thor for a whole run. You're playing as Iron Man, and we're like, oh shit, this game's gonna be fucking cool. And the game comes out, and it's Miss Marvel. And Danny, am I lying when I say Miss Marvel was never even mentioned as part of the game when we did this?
No, she was not. Because they knew if it goes in Miss Marvel, everybody like, okay, well, I'm out. I'm obviously not buying that game, and that's why that game died already. It's already dead.
I don't know if he's even come out yet. No, remember the big selling point was, if you got this on PlayStation, they're putting PlayStation Spider-Man in. Mm-hmm. And it took like a year from the date of the release of the game for them to actually put him in.
And then it failed, like the game barely survived. Like it was just an epic fail. And this is it's just corporate greed run amok. So everybody wants to talk about woke this, woke that. That's not quite what it is. If you want to know what it really is, look at Vanguard, BlackRock, Blackstone. That's the tribe, and it's not any kind of woke anything. It's corporate greed. Y'all love capitalism. That's what this is. They just think they can make money, so they're being lazy and just say, "Hey, I just throw it out there." We need a black character. Well, there's Storm. We don't have time for things that are good and well fleshed out. Let's just make a character everybody knows and make him black. That's easy.
By the way, Danny, I just heard a click as you were talking, so I'd like to welcome the people from DC Comics into the stream.
Oh yeah. We're gonna do a definite replay on what was it? Was it last year? Last December, was it?
Yeah.
So we did a show last year talking about what DC should do with DCU, and we're going to revisit that when Superman Legacy comes out.
And for
Actually, you know
those
what?
that don't,
After Superman Legacy comes out, because that's when they're going to start talking about things going forward. At that point, we're going to revisit that show.
absolutely, because after like the post-credit scene of Legacy is going to be the first scene that starts Blackest Night, because we know they're going into the Lantern show right after. We've had that confirmed. And also, when we revisit it, we have to revisit the Jeff Johns side of it, because there's a whole separate side to this where it's like these guys might actually be onto something. And as Danny and I continue to joke about, it's like the whole thing like, let me copy your homework, but they didn't even cross out Danny's name.
You're like, okay, we'll just leave the name. What about the date? Can we change that? Leave the date. I mean, come on.
You think we should say like 5 to 10 years or 6 to 10 years?
No. What did they say?
Can we get the transcript here? Court stenographer?
Whatever they said, go with that. They know better than you. Shut up, Steve.
So,
I swear to God, if you say another word other than what's on that page.
Because Legacy starts shooting in less than a month. So I know they're out here now. Like, we need some last minute rewrites. These guys are back.
They're back. Oh, thank God. Oh, we thought we would have to do this all on our own. And we have no idea.
I just want to start by saying something that I never thought that I would say. The way that Danny can kind of rant on woke things, I have to rant real quick. Doctor Who has been fucking ruined by this fucking woke bullshit. I'm not one of these people that hates this shit, but the whole Doctor Who of, oh, I'm transgendered, so I'm non-binary, and you're a male-presenting Time Lord, and this and that, and then they make him gay. What the fuck, man? You brought back arguably the greatest Doctor of all time in David Tennant for 3 specials because Jodie Whittaker's character arc was so shit and it had nothing to do with her being a woman. It was just bad acting, bad fucking writing. So you bring back the GOAT and you give us these 3 specials and you're like, oh my God, Tennant's going to be back. This is going to get Doctor Who on track. And it is woke bullshit. And what sucks even more is the storylines themselves were incredibly well done. It was 90% of everything you want. And then there was this 10% where they had to shove like the PC bullshit down your throat. And I'm like, dude, if that shit wasn't in it, we'd be talking about how great Doctor Who is again. And we're not. And that crushes my soul.
That's what they get. They turned Doctor Who into Greek mythology. So for all you out there who want to talk about Spartans and how awesome they were, read a book. Like from Tick. Oh my goodness, that cartoon was amazing. The Indian, read a book. Y'all need to read a book. Find out what they were really doing back there. Oh my goodness. It was Brokeback Mountain on steroids. Love it up.
And, because we're all about equal opportunity here. No, I'm just kidding. To date this episode, right after we shoot this, Danny, we are going to shoot our first episode of Get Your Godzilla On with new correspondent for the page, Chris Wallace, a.k.a. Monster Zero. So, welcoming someone new to the network as well. Hopefully our Australian brothers like him. But I'm getting outnumbered here, man. Now I'm the last white guy at the job.
Oh, man. So you know what that means? Time to stop complaining.
Right.
Life is not fair. This is crap. Who can I sue?
Okay,
bring it up.
Danny. So we just talked about the woke stuff. I know you probably still haven't seen it, but you heard me talk about it incessantly. South Park's Into the Pandaverse special shitting on Kathleen Kennedy. Like, put a chick in it, make her gay, and make it lame. They destroyed her.
It's what we've talked about for years. So thank you, South Park, for finally catching up to what's been talked about for a long time. Disney purchased Star Wars and Marvel because they needed the boys market. They already had the girls market locked in. They wanted boys to buy their products. So what they just do?
Buy the boys' toys.
The first thing they bought 2 boy properties. The first thing they do, the Kathleen Kennedy to make space princesses. Every single chick that you've ever known through Star Wars, suddenly Leia's stronger than Luke, and she can survive in space and do all that stuff. That's something that you only saw Darth Vader do in the comic books because Darth Vader isn't nothing unless he's in the hallway. So honestly, I'm getting Darth Vader in the field and I'm bitch slapping him. I'm just going, what? Well, you ain't gonna do nothing. Shut up. How about this? Wife's dead, and he starts crying. You slap him in the nuts. You get him in the hallway. Okay, you know what? You got me there. I give you that. So yeah, so she turned into space princesses, and the new version is gonna be even better. Oh, I can't wait to not see this and still talk about how bad it is.
And for those that don't know, when they first announced the Ray movie, which starts shooting soon, we spent 2 days, was it, on the page just posting fake names
Oh yeah,
for Star Wars because of how terrible the name is for this movie. Star Wars, New Jedi Ordered, and then we'd be like, Star Wars, anything is better. And there we go.
More Ray. Oh, it's gonna be more. The new girl's gonna be more Ray than Ray. It's going to be an epic failure. And then when it burns and crashes, there's gonna be morons because they're morons. This is what you go woke, you go broke. No, it's not that. It's when you write a bad story and you follow failure, you have further bad stories and more failure. That's all it is.
And then just to give you an example of how you can go the opposite with that, for those who don't know, the Power Rangers franchise was recently bought by Hasbro. And then they immediately teamed up with the guys at Boom Studios who've been doing the comics. And they're like, yo, we're ending Power Rangers after this season. We're rebooting it more toward young adolescents, young adults. And we're getting the guys from Boom Studios because we're bringing the comic book storylines into the fucking shows and movies. And for those that don't know, if you liked Power Rangers at all growing up, the Boom Studios comic series has the greatest stories that have ever been told in that universe. What they've done with it, with Lord Draken and Shattered Grid and the Omega, it's incredible. They took the original canon we had growing up and just continued with it. And it's so well done. Even with Jason David Frank, rest in peace, passing away, they found a way to have that character continue in the comics. So it's like that being brought to the screen is what people want to see. And we were just talking off air about this yesterday, Danny, about big storylines being adapted, but basically only in name. And we were talking about Civil War. Is that That's why I'm excited that the new DC animated series is Crisis on Infinite Earths, and they're doing it as a 3-parter because they're adapting the fucking comic as it happens.
It's hard to find a Peter Jackson, somebody who's talented and secure enough unto himself that will take the IP and just say, this isn't my vision of what it is. This is that IP, but I'm going to find a way to make it palatable for the screen. Like you couldn't do Lord of the Rings with the Tom Bombadil in it because the story really didn't go anywhere and it would have taken up too much time. So he cut that out and he took what he could and made, like there was some things missing, but other things, some people like the trees, other people don't. But how else do you do that scale? And he did a great job. Like it's hard to find somebody willing to do that.
Well, if you listen to in the appendices, he specifically talks about Tom Bombadil, and he's like, yeah, for what we needed, we couldn't really write that scene in. But he goes, we also left it vague enough that you don't know that they didn't run into him in the woods. You don't know that encounter never happened. And that's enough to please the book fans. Because Lord of the Rings, I mean, Danny, I think our fans know by now, you and I have a very special place in our hearts for that franchise. But when I'm stressed out, I watch them, and I just rewatched the trilogy this week. It fucking holds up so well visually, storytelling, the cinematic landscape of them shooting it out in New Zealand, in these mountains, in these forests and shit, is something I don't think we'll ever see in movies again.
Yeah, he took, rather than CGI and everything, some things you had to, but he took more of the Ben-Hur, like the epic tale, and he took that viewpoint of it, and it just makes it more real. I don't like the Transformers movies because
he hasn't seen Rise of the Beast. He hasn't seen Rise of the Beast.
I don't care. I'm not going to see because I like Transformers, and I think Michael Bay is lazy, he's racist, and he's a clown. But in the first one, they use actual explosions, real cars blowing up and flipping. It had a grit to it that got less and less as the movies progressed. It got more CGI, more fake. Like they just lost the realism that they had.
And then if you look at movies today, like Christopher Nolan is one of the last guys pioneering like practical effects. Like Tenet, there's a scene where a 747 crashes through a hangar, and somehow it was actually cheaper for them to actually do it than to CGI it. So he was like, yeah, let's fucking do it. In Dark Knight Rises, they really dropped that fucking plane. out of the
Mm.
sky. Like they really did that shit. He really blew up a hospital in Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. Like, and it gives something so much more to the fucking screen that you just can't quantify today. But even with the CGI, Lord of the Rings holds up. This is 22-year-old CGI at this point, and it's still that fucking good.
Yeah, 'cause you've done camera effects to make the biggest guy on the set shortest guy, to make, just everybody's heights were different. Like he just did a great job. It's just knowing your craft and being able to be skilled at it. That's all it is. Just be good. That's all anybody wants. Hey, I like He-Man. Make He-Man. Don't make whatever. Don't make Teela just angry. Whatever that was all about. That's not He-Man. Adam was He-Man wasn't even in the movie. Like all of that. Like, just don't. I don't care what your idea or your vision is. I want what it is. I want to see Thundercats. I want to see Thundercats, man. Give me
Danny,
Thundercats.
you're slowly morphing into a racist carrot as you're talking.
Oh, just so much bad, and it's not that difficult.
Let's
It's
talk
really.
about something good then, man, which is Loki season 2, man. Loki season 2, 6 episodes, told an incredible fucking story and wrapped up the multiverse with Loki becoming the god of stories at the end of the time, basically replacing He Who Remains, which also gives them a great out if they have to write Kang out because of this Jonathan Majors shit.
Yeah, they're gonna write. They're writing Kang out. They're bringing in Doom. Doom's the next
Yeah,
big bad.
which we can talk about that. So we've had it confirmed from our sources that they are in fact writing him out, and that's why Loki was done the way that it was, and that they're bringing in Doom. We've also been able to confirm a few people coming back for Secret Wars. We know that now Spider-Man 4 is going to unite the Sony Spider-Verse with this. Which, by the way, fucking Madam Web. Can we talk about that for a second?
That is a travesty baked on an epic failure.
So filming was here in Boston, and I spent Thanksgiving with the Boston head of SAG-AFTRA, and he was talking about how it was the most miserable fucking sets, and they did so many reshoots, and he was so glad to be done with it. And then you watch this trailer, and it looks like a bad fan film. Like it's got a weird cinematic aesthetic to it that I can't quantify anything other than like a bootleg fan film that you see on YouTube. And then it's just all these characters like girl spider, and then you find out the story is this Ezekiel Sims dude goes back like Terminator to try to kill Peter Parker's parents so that he can never be fucking born.
There's just no reason for that in the first place. It's just all of it's dumb. Madam Web. First of all, you have these characters that are like Agatha Harkness. Her being young, you can kind of get away with because it's sorcery, so she can just project her younger self. Madam Web. There are some actresses, brilliant actresses, who can actually play her very well. That girl ain't it. Madam
Helen
Web.
Mirren we talked about.
Helen Mirren would have been the perfect Madam Web. Just put her in a chair, give her sunglasses, and just let her sit there and do her thing. Like it'll. Ah, man. I mean, well, hell is dead. You can even use Kate because she did that in Lord of the Rings. That could
right.
I mean, who they chose makes no sense. Madam Web's abilities they morphed into something to make it more cinematic, I guess. But there's a way Madam Web could have been a nice like mini horror where it's all subtext, where it's just ominous what's going on around, and you're trying to figure out what is it. Like use that. Like there's ways to write villains. You can be an active villain, Snow White, where she drove the story, or it can be like the Sauron, just the big bad that you never really get a sense of who and what. And that's how you write Madam Web, just with a big bad. You're never really sure who it is until the very end, and even then, you're still left. Well, I don't know what's going on. And then she goes and finds Peter and like, okay, hey, listen, we got to deal with this. Instead, they took it into some kind of girl boss nonsense. I don't know what that character is, but it's some random character that they call Madam Web. Hate it.
This is why we're gonna have the D-side segments with Danny doing different trailers, because we got the Furiosa trailer, the Mad Max prequel that I couldn't give less of a shit about. We got new seasons of The Boys coming, Invincible's back, but Gen V, the Boys spinoff, man, finished up its first season recently, and I gotta tell you, this is the best spinoff show I've ever seen besides Mork and Mindy. incredibly well done. It's the complete polar opposite of The Boys, where The Boys is like, let's show these heroes that are perceived as good, but are really fucking assholes. And then you look at Gen V, which is these heroes, and half of them are, yeah, I'm going to be a dick because I got powers. And then you see the other half, like, no, I want to be a genuine hero. It's like a team of starlights. Like, I'm here to fucking help people. And the shit they go through in college, some of the most vile, R-rated shit you'll ever see in the show, but incredibly well written. And I can't wait for season 2.
Oh, me either. So in 2035, when season 2 comes out, yay! So I'm out on Boys. I'm out on Invincible. All you're doing is taking the comics and you're putting it into another visual medium. It should not take you 5 years for a season unless you're lazy. So I'm done. I don't care what the
If you
boys
want
do.
to know the truth, one of the best characters, his power is he can become male or female at will. And then the female character can absorb energy, and the male character of him can disperse the energy. So they have incredible fight scenes where he's switching back and forth, but he's Asian, and his dad's whole thing is like, you could be a boy all the time. Why you not choosing to be boy? Like,
Yeah.
that's
Well, and he says, because I'm Asian, and if you're watching the anime, I mean, half the boys look like girls, so shut up, Dad. There's that.
it's just incredibly well written, man. I really, really dig it. Between that and Loki season 2, that's some of the best superhero TV we've had in a while.
Loki's a dick. He's not an anti-hero. So
I know you're so stuck on this is the hashtag not my Loki.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't care what you do with Loki. No, Loki. The only way to make this right is when Doctor Doom steps in to have Loki be like, oh yeah, by the way, I did like all this jacked up stuff and story tales so that I could do this, and have him like, I found out about the Beyonders, and I'm gonna find a way to trick them to come here so that I can defeat them and use them to take over Asgard. That's it.
That's actually a cool storyline.
Loki needs to be, in the end, somehow try to manipulate things with the big bad. And if he's not doing that, then I'm out. Don't care.
They could just learn to get their storylines from the greatest show ever made.
So that's what that side jaw dude that was like staring her down when she was like 16. That's like super creepy.
Because it's his niece. That's her uncle.
In the show or in real life?
In the show.
Ew. Was that written by DC?
No.
Heroes brought to you by DC Comics.
I will fucking punch you through the camera screen if you ever talk about heroes again, son. Hero Squad. Squad. Listen,
what you do in your free time when you know that's like the Maine and West Virginia or TV shows.
Dude, you're religious. This is my Bible. I sit here like, oh, what the heck? Yo, hold on, we can do this on air. I hid a Magic the Gathering collectible booster pack in this book this is from New York Comic Con, not for resale. What? Hold on, Danny. I gotta open this on air.
All right, let's see what you got.
All right. So this is the March of the Machine New York Comic Con exclusive. This is what, 3.5 years now this has been in here? All righty, here we go. Oh, shit. So we got the holographic Radha, the Dragon Warrior.
All right.
And then we also got Draina and Linvala holo creature card.
Okay, all right. That's what's up.
So we got two legendary creatures. One's a vampire angel, the other's an elf warrior riding a dragon.
Boom.
Dude, you see the holo effect on that? That's crazy. That's nice. That was like a storage worth find right there.
You know, put those back in the book, keep them things crisp and clean.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, that goes to show you, folks, being a geek pays off. Well, the reason I did it is because I bought this from a library sale, so it still has that little pocket in it.
The reason why is because I got this from a library and didn't return it. And
that's 100% what happened. That's 100% what happened.
So I just got rid of the card. Like, this is never going back. So there's no sense to put the card back in there.
Look, Danny, I don't need you telling facts and truth on this podcast, all right? That was cool. That was a cool little moment right there.
Now I'm going to tell everybody Chuck's a Trump supporter. So, the Biden DOJ is going to come after you.
Wait, that's why That's why we're bringing in Monster Zero, because you guys are slowly just writing me out. Like we're getting. Did I? It's just like Men in Black. Did I draft my own replacement?
It's like what happened. So episode 20, suddenly Chuck's not there anymore. Never mentioned again. It'll be like every Steven Seagal movie where something happens and it's never mentioned again.
It's like a soap opera where a different actor starts playing a character the next day and they just never acknowledge it.
Never talk about it. Just.
I'm about to become the Chris Benoit of Geigo, just erased from history.
He did what? To who? Oh yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, well, we'll just never discuss this anymore.
It's like it went from geek and a nerd to geek and a racist, and you don't have to guess which one's which. You had to change the whole punchline. Like, it's obvious who's who. Like, all right, Danny, man, what else is on the geek docket in your mind?
Let's see. Well, we have the comic industry is suffering, hurting badly.
Can we talk about Mystique for a second?
Yeah, Mystique's yeah, that's not good. That's stupid. I liked the origin of what it was because they added Azazel, Mystique, it made sense. And now they're saying Mystique can change her DNA.
Molecular structure. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. She's all the way down. So
and can we talk about how it makes the most sense that those were his parents of any X-Men other than like Jean Grey and Cyclops as kids? You look at him and you're like, okay, yeah, the mom's skin, the dad's power. That makes total fucking sense.
Yep. So now I'm going to rewrite Strife as being a girl, and it's Madeline Pryor and Scott's daughter, and she just mushed her boobs underneath the armor. So, yeah, yep, that's a new thing.
I'm going to rewrite Cable to be a girl named Faith so that their two children are Hope and Faith. And we're going to have them casted as Kelly Ripa because Hope is Faith's richer, bitchier sister, as they say in Community.
Oh, and on that, yep. My new thing is I want everybody to go on to every single DC forum and please ask for Elliot to become the next Flash.
Oh, dude, fuck this. No.
Elliot will be the most manly man in all of the DCU because they are all a bunch of corny bitches. Oh, all those dudes suck. They're all little betas. You need Elliot to go in there and show what a real man is. You just drop that thing on the table and you tell him, everyone, you guys, line up and get to sucking because I'm about to run this.
Yeah, guys, we were actually looking for our next Barry Allen to have ab implants and, mastectomy scars. So, you're right on target with that one.
Hey, man, well, they got all those dudes that just get on steroids and get juiced up.
I will say this to you. Exactly as I said it to you, I will say it here for our audience. If in any universe Elliot Page is cast as any iteration of the Flash, I will dirty bomb the set myself. I will create interdimensional travel like Rick fucking Sanchez to erase any timeline that even thinks of that fucking happening. I showed Danny a picture of that yesterday on a private phone call, which I didn't know he was going to fucking throw this out there.
I'm all in.
Like, yes, instantly. Yes. And he was like, yes.
I love it. I think it's great. Oh.
It was such an honest reaction, too. It was so instant. He just saw, I don't even think you read the headline. I think you just saw a picture of Flash and Elliot Page. And you were like, yes.
Yes. I want him to go in there and show them what a real man is. So obviously, DC has no clue. All their heroes are weird and off.
You know why DC has no clue? Because for the past few months, they haven't had the van outside both of our fucking houses. So they're like, shit, we gotta go back to writing our own stuff here.
What we gotta do? What do you mean they're not recording? Who's gonna write stuff? Wait, listen, I'm not here to actually do things. I'm here to get paid and to do weird stuff.
And to people that think I'm joking, that's the van that somehow is always out here when I'm podcasting.
Is he looking at us? No, there's no way.
Like, dude, I think they're onto us. Don't worry about it. Could you see the car out there?
Oh, yeah. They're chilling. It's all kind of good
Like
stuff.
there's very clearly somebody in it. Like he's just got the headset on, like, hey guys, all right, I think we got it. All right, I think we got it. No, they know we're here. I don't give a shit. Keep
I don't
recording.
care. Call Elliot. Call Elliot. Make it happen.
Yeah, get the agent on the phone right now. Hi, Elliot Page. Hi, how you doing?
We're gonna give you all the money. We're just gonna give you all the money. Yeah, but the age would fit because everybody's younger now, and there's gonna be like 50 heroes. Just do you like Justice League Unlimited? Well, then you'll love Superman Legacy because we're gonna have everyone in this movie. Everyone.
Oh wow, I can't. I gotta edit that out. I just did this. I'm like, that's a bad look. As a white guy, I can't be like, hey, Danny, look over here. That's how I get canceled. That's how I get canceled. It's that one meme. Like I tried to dab, but somehow you just edited it, so you got this part. Like, a dab, guys.
The greatest dab in the history of life is to see the Celsius dude try to dab.
You saw that on John Oliver, right?
That is so like, dude. This is why popular things suddenly are no longer done.
Remember John Oliver's talking? He goes, it feels like you have to go up to your cubicle like, Danny, are we like doing crimes? Because it feels like we're doing crimes. And have you seen the way our boss dabs? It's disgusting.
Oh yeah, I would quit. I'd be like, yeah, I'm done. Just give me my severance. I don't know what that was. What are you trying to do? You having a stroke and you're not telling? Are you okay? Do we need to call someone? I don't know what that was, but it was embarrassing me.
That's fucking brilliant, man. So what's going on in the comic book world? What are you reading right now?
All right, so my first ever DC regular. Actually, do I have? Oh, you know what? I got them right here. Here we go.
Is it World's Finest?
Yeah.
Love it, folks. The fact that Danny is following a DC monthly for a continuous amount of time really speaks to how good the writing has to be.
So, from my Asylum Comics, from the pull list, we are rocking Incredible Hulk. This is like the best thing Marvel has right now going is Incredible Hulk.
What issue number is that?
That is 5. I got to pick up the other couple because I'm getting Hulk from now on.
So it's a brand new storyline they started.
Yep. You got World's Finest.
Now, what are they up to?
What number are they up? 21 and 22.
And you have them all?
Yeah. I've been getting World's Finest since the beginning. Also, Gunslinger Spawn.
Sweet.
I've been collecting all those. And I just picked up Silver Surfer.
Oh, Danny.
I'm a
Silver Surfer being a female.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. No. No. Unless it's Brie Larson, because I would like to see her side boobs in Silver. So
I called Danny and I was like, did you see the Silver Surfer? He's like, no, what? I'm like, they're going to make it a girl.
Nope. I've been a Norad Rand fan since like ever. He's one of my favorite.
It's the 80s, bro.
Yeah, one of my favorite. I mean, I have the Silver Surfer comics back in the 80s, 90s. I grabbed a bunch of those.
I loved him because he did the Green Lantern crossover comic.
I mean, he's awesome. Like, the dude is no joke. But
Kathleen Kennedy, make it a chick and make her gay. And I'm on it.
Silver Surfer. So who is he even supposed to be? It's supposed to be Frankie Ray. So if you want to use a girl, you can use Frankie Ray. So you would have Silver Surfer show up, Galactus lock him on Earth. So, you want to save Earth? Well, guess what? Now he can't leave. He needs new heralds, and have Frankie Ray, who would be in the movie, leave with Galactus, and then you would show Galactus and Frankie Ray. That's how you do it. You don't do this.
It's just crazy, like how far they're taking things. And I'm like, and you're wondering why the fans aren't showing out for you.
Because they just think, oh, people just go to the movies. But the people who generate the hype are the fans of the comics. That's where it comes. That's where it starts from. And it's not as popular as the MCU. It's been like 20 years. It's not going to be as popular as it was once. So you need to keep your fans.
if you want to see an example of how the fans can influence the box office of a movie, look at Spider-Man No Way Home. All of us fans went fucking opening night on that, got it confirmed that Andrew were Toby in the movie, and then went home that we could told all of our fucking friends, dude, all the Spider-Men are in this movie. And that movie is the highest opening ever in the United States, $248 million opening weekend, and it generated more day by day.
Yep. And they went back and they brought other people. Like that's how you do it right. You wanna reboot a franchise and want to know how to do it? Ghostbusters. Stay true to the original content, push it forward with new story, but you're staying true to the core universe itself, to the core
And
idea.
then, now, Danny, have you actually seen the new Ghostbusters trailer yet?
Only parts of it. You know me in trailers. I don't do trailers.
I was just gonna say, like, it looks incredible, and it's the whole. We still have the originals in here, but they're training a new team. Patton Oswalt is in it now, which you and I fucking love
Oh
him.
yeah, that's
Universal.
amazing.
Kumail Nanjiani. It looks incredible. Frozen Empire. It's an all new story, an all new fucking villain, and it's bringing together both sides of the franchise, and none of it feels forced. It's not like it's down your throat, like, oh, here's a girl leading the Ghostbusters. Look at the no, she's fucking Spangler's granddaughter. She's smart as fuck, like him. It would make sense that she's going to lead the new team.
You can
Like,
pass it on to her. Like that was the whole point.